So this is going to be a video to show you how to use your cutting tools, cutting lino tool with different blades. We've got our lino cut, we've done the drawing onto it, and now what we need to do is get this flat shaped tool and place it in that circle, half circle, push it in, tighten it up so that tool is not coming out. We're going to be working with the sharp edge towards the outside of the drawing. So we're just going to work around the outline of my drawing, and this part is important as we want to make sure that when we're cutting bigger areas, there's something stopping us from not going into the undesired area. Now you'll see as well that when I'm making a turn, I'm actually turning the lino itself rather than turning my hand. This is a very kind of good trick to work. Now if you see the angle, I'm not working straight, I'm working towards the outside of the drawing, and this is to allow me for any mistakes that I can make. So I get to that point, I turn the lino, I move it round, 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 straight, straight. Now another thing that I want you to notice is that my hand, the hand that I'm not cutting with, it's on the top and it's managing the lino cut. This one is cutting, that one is holding or moving. I don't want to see hands holding at the back because this is an easy way for us to cut ourselves. Yeah. So your hand should always be on top to maneuver and the other one to cut. Remember the angle, and we're going all along to create an outline. Okay? The next stage, because I've already taken away the whites that we printed, I'm gonna return to my drawing. Okay, so I've got my drawing, my initial drawing, and I've actually taken away the white and printed the blue. So that's my first stage. Okay? So now I need to remove the blue so that I can print the red, which means that I have to take away all these areas that have blue in order for me to roll the surface as a red and print the red on top of that blue, but keep the blue on the paper. Okay? That's why it's called lino cut by reduction. We take off from the matrix and add inks on top of the print, okay? In order to create the layers. Now I'm gonna change my cutting tool, and I'm gonna use a V-shaped tool, the smallest one you can find. So it's a very small tip, and I have outlined the contour and I'm removing the areas of blue. So the first thing I want to do is, again, make sure you're changing the angle and always go outwards from your drawing. So rather than choosing to cut inwards, because I could then cut my drawing, always choose to go outwards. Okay? This allows me to have a better view of the outline of my drawing. Yeah? Once I've done that, I can then start working with a different tool that is a bit wider in order to take more and in a faster manner. Okay? Now, you have to, the typical question when we're working with lino is, how deep do I need to go? It needs to be deep enough that makes a difference between the relief and the cut. Now, what I don't want you to start doing is placing the tool in a vertical position so that you're making a hole. You want to take from the surface little by little. So if you see the angle I'm working with, it's very close to the lino cut, to the material, and I'm doing cuts in such a way that it's not difficult, it's quite smooth and easygoing. You will also notice that I'm not getting close to the edge because I don't want to cut through my drawing. And you will also notice that there's kind of like a little pattern happening. I might want to flatten that out because I want my blue to be blue without any perks of red. So if you're trying to do the same, if you don't want any texture, then make sure you use this kind of other flattened tool, so that once you've done that kind of mark, you start then flattening to avoid having any kind of texture printed. Okay. So you'll see the difference between a patterned surface and a flat surface. Yeah, so that's smooth and flat. Okay, in this case I need to remove all the areas of blue.